Hello everyone, I'm Mixcaro, and today we are playing a new Nancy Drew game, not Secrets Can Kill anymore. I just finished that, if you want to go check that out. This is Stay Tuned for Danger. This is Nancy Drew number 2, and let's jump in. This one has Junior, Senior, and Master Detective. There's no checklist at all in this game, so I think what the differences are is how much help you can get from like calling people like Nancy's boyfriend Ned or her friends Bess and George. You can get hints from them, and if you choose Master Detective, they won't give you any. Senior, they'll be really, I don't know, vague about it, and Junior, they'll give pretty good clues. I am going to play Junior Detective just because then it'll be easier to get out of being stuck when I get stuck, inevitably.
Dear Bess, you'll never guess who I'm visiting in New York. Maddie Jensen, your favorite soap star from Light of Our Love. Maddie is renting Aunt Eloise's apartment in New York, and after hearing about my last case, Secrets Can Kill, Maddie called to invite me up here. According to Maddie, Rick Arlen is getting death threats, but he won't go to the police, so she wants me to do some investigation work. Can you imagine anyone not liking Rick Arlen, daytime's cutest hunk? I have a sneaking suspicion, though, that there's more to this case than meets the eye. Call you later, Nancy.
Alright, so
Nancy. The door's open.
we are investigating soap opera stars, so that's fun. This is, I think, Maddie Jensen's apartment, yeah. So we can go check out this place. We can make a phone call. We can call Bess, George, and Ned, and according to this little note thing, Nancy, while you were out, Ned called. He asked me to tell you to call him first chance you get. By the way, he sounds cute. Maddie. I don't want to talk to Ned. Ned is boring. If it comes up that we can't get any farther, then I'll call him, but that doesn't sound very interesting. We can't go up the stairs, but I think that's just going to sleep for the night, so I'm not going to bother doing that. There's some pictures on the walls. Various hearts that Maddie has had, I think. Yep. And then I think that was everything for the entranceway. So let's go talk to Maddie.
Welcome to New York, Nancy. I'm really glad you could come out here on such short notice.
It's always nice to come back to the Big Apple, and now I get to stay with a famous soap opera star. It must be exciting work.
Believe me, it's not all that exciting. With 5 a.m. shoots, a million lines to learn, people all uptight and yelling, and now Rick's getting these death threats.
That's a good point. Having a million lines to learn, like, I don't know much about soaps, but aren't they, like, daily or something like that? So you have to learn the lines really fast?
But it can't be all that bad being a star, can it?
Yes, it can be all that bad. If Rick leaves the show, Light of Our Love could be in a lot of trouble. Everyone's worried that the show could get canceled.
Oh wow, that is... Why is he... Okay, so is the idea he would leave the show because of the death threats? Alright.
Well, tell me about the death threats.
Well, for the past month, my co-star Rick Arlen has been getting these awful death threats. At first we all shrugged it off. You get the occasional odd letter in this business. But then they started to get weird.
Have you ever received an odd letter?
Oh, I've gotten some odd ones here and there, but nothing like what Rick has been getting. In fact, they're totally bizarre. Not only did he get letters, but somebody sent him a box of poisoned chocolates, a broken watch, and then there's that whole thing with the teleprompter.
Alright, tell me
about the letters.
Well, the first ones had the letters cut out of magazines, you know, like on a ransom note. They were all signed by someone named B.T. Kaiser. Somehow the news leaked out and the press totally jumped on them. Then they started getting ugly and twisted.
What does ugly and twisted mean? And, like, how is that different? You didn't describe the letters very well at all. I'm going to need to ask you to see them, or maybe ask Rick to see them, because your descriptions were just really, really not adequate.
Did Rick go to the police?
No, and that's the problem. No one is taking any of this seriously, especially Rick. He thinks nothing will ever hurt him.
So, is he going to leave the show over these death threats, or is he not taking them seriously enough? I'm confused, Maddie. You need to make me not confused.
Someone sent him poisoned chocolates?
Rick's a major chocoholic. His fans and friends are always sending him boxes of candy. But these chocolates were so nasty, Rick spit them out. I've never seen Rick say no to chocolate before. Nancy, I'm running late. I need to get to the studio. Hey, why don't you come over and visit? I'll leave a visitor's pass for you at the security desk. Oh, before I forget, here's a copy of the house keys. I'm always losing my keys, so I've got plenty of copies. I'll write the studio's address on your map. Just catch a taxi cab outside and show them the map. They'll know how to get there.
Alright. I have played this before, but it was quite a while ago. Not as long ago as Secrets Can Kill, but it was a while ago that I played this last. So I'm pretty sure the fact that she gave me, you know, she had the offhand mention of having a lot of copies of keys. I don't think that actually includes anything. Like, that actually is important for anything, but it seems to me like they could have used that as, like, someone else stole her keys and had been breaking into her apartment. I don't know. Anyway, here is some lines from Light of Our Love. Milk will spill and love will vanish. Scene 1. Rory finds himself alone in Serena's townhouse. Among some books and magazines, Rory picks up a diary on a coffee table. Serena enters. Oh, Rory, you scared me, with suspicion. What are you doing here? I was hoping to find you here. I've been making myself right at home, love. I see you found my personal diary. Why did you leave your personal diary on the coffee table? That just sounds like a recipe for someone else getting it. Alright, here's a desk. A calendar with the 13th circled. And what? Why is there an eye that disappears when... I'm so confused. Okay, there's a calendar with an eye that disappears when you click on it. So that's important, I suppose. Here's a little thing. Ooh. Dear, crossed out, Rick, there is so much I want to tell you and confide in you, but I am afraid of where this will lead. I am truly in love with you, but but how can I be sure that you feel the same way? I think we both know the answer, but I think you refuse to admit it. You refuse to admit that you are truly in love with me, and I think that makes you afraid of the commitment this would mean. Why must you continue to play the part of the confirmed bachelor, constantly looking for another date? We both know you're not happy with this part, but you still play it. You still play the incurable romantic when all you really want is a lifetime of love. I am ready for this commitment. So Maddie is in love with Rick, which might mean...
It's locked.
Does this one have anything in it? It does. The rose is thought's love divine, oh, be thou my Valentine. Dearest Maddie, my love, my one and only, mi amore, you are the sparkle in my eye, the song in my heart, the woman in my dreams. When I hear your soft voice fill the air, it sounds like a chorus of angels, a sound that I am missing right now, as I write this. My life is darkened and full of despair without you. I cannot bear the thought of separating from you for more than a second. How I miss the warmth of your smile, the way the light shines through your hair and your eyes. I could gaze into those twin pools of beauty forever. Nothing more would give me such pleasure. I will sadly count the hours until our next rendezvous. Until then, sign me in love, Rick. No words that even the greatest of poets could render with pen and paper could do any justice to describe my love for you. I truly cannot imagine what life had been before I met you, but what I can imagine is a lifetime of love with you, a lifetime of stolen kisses, cherished sweet nothings, and your warm laughter that fills my soul with joy. Will you be mine, Maddie? That is all I ask, your hand and your heart, and nothing more. Okay, so Maddie's letter to Rick sounds like he doesn't admit that he's in love with her. Rick's letter to her sounds like he is quite in love with her. So who knows what's going on there. Also, there's a locked drawer over there that we can't forget about. Presumably, Nancy will find a key eventually. What is this about? The 23rd Annual Daytime Soap Opera Gala. December 16th, 7 p.m., Manhattan Crest Country Club. RSVP by December 3rd. Alright. Maddie, I'm writing this letter because you never call me. You can't be that busy not to phone your own mother, can you? I saw your photo on the Soap Opera Journal at the store. You'd think my own daughter would at least send me a copy. I was devastated to see your picture is so much smaller than Rick's. What makes him more important than you? Darling, you must remember that you are the real star of that show, and it's about time we show the world that you are number one. I will not allow you to ever play second fiddle to that man. Without your talent, he'd be nothing. Remember that, and remember the person who paid for all your acting lessons for all those years. Mother. Alright, so she doesn't talk to her mother, or she doesn't write her mother very often. And she's got a thing going with Rick. Oh, pictures of them together. More pictures of them. So basically just a scrapbook of her and Rick, and then whatever this picture is. I think it was out in the hallway as well. A remote control that Nancy has decided she needs. Manhattan Television Guide. What article is she wanting to read in here? Ah, one about Maddie. A Long Road to Fame. Actress Maddie Jensen says her recent success in daytime drama is a result of hard work and a little help from home. Most people have this impression that it's easy to become a famous actor. All you need is a nice smile and a bus ticket bound for New York or LA, says Jensen in the December issue of The Modern Actors. Jensen, who stars as Serena Livingston on Worldwide's Light of Our Love, also tells the magazine about the pressure of acting at an early age. My mother was a typical stage mom, pushing me harder and harder to get the lead. I used to think acting was a big competition, but now I realize it's truly a vocation, something you have to dedicate your life to. How has this new outlook changed her relationship with her mother? We're best friends, the actress admits. Without my mom, I'd never have had the opportunity to start in this business. Ha ha ha. So she's telling magazine that she's best friends with her mother, while her mother is writing that they never have any communication. Not even, magazine she's on the cover of. Chatter magazine. Alright, this one's about Rick. The last days for Rory Danner. Rumors are rampant that Rick Arlen, Light of Our Love's Rory Danner, is breaking his contract with Worldwide Broadcasting and is setting his sights on a career in film. While his agency has no comment, our sources tell Chatter that Rory's evil twin, Yuri, may return next season to kill Rory off. This news has sent shockwaves through WWB's management, especially after Rick and his co-star, Maddie Jensen, Serena Livingston, both picked up Eddies for Best Couple in a daytime soap last year. I'm working with an excellent cast and crew on Light of Our Love, Arlen told Chatter after winning his award. It's a pleasure to work with Maddie and Bill and Janie. They're a great team. Obviously not great enough to keep Rick on board. Take it from an old hat in the industry, Rick. Hollywood is a totally different playing field from New York. Okay. So this magazine is making it seem like Rick is leaving because he wants to start shooting movies instead of soap operas. But Maddie kind of made it sound like he was leaving because of the death threats. On the other hand, maybe she wasn't saying he was leaving. Maybe she was saying, like, if someone actually killed him or injured him or something. Some pictures. Awfully edited pictures. Those are just their faces, like, kind of pasted onto... Oh, that's awful. Okay. This one as well. They're just awfully edited animation faces onto real life bodies, and that looks kind of awful. So let's stop looking at pictures now. Okay, well, let's look at some more pictures, but not of actually Maddie and Jensen. There we go. Here's the TV.
I need something to make this work.
Okay, so I think we're gonna need to use the VCR player eventually. I just find it really funny that a game made in like the late 90s, early 2000s has a TV that you have to have a remote to turn on. That seems like a really long time ago for a TV like that. I don't know. I'm not sure when that started happening. 1999 Annual Soap Star Awards. Best Actress Maddie Jensen, Light of Our Love. There's her Eddie, maybe? I don't know. And then over here we have some more awful pictures. And a less awful picture because they didn't try to, paste her head onto a real person's body. Alright, so I think that's everything we can look at in her apartment. So, anything over here? No. Or just the phone. So let's head over to the
Taxi!
Where can I take you today, miss?
1999 Broadway, please.
the broadcasting facility. Alright, so there's where we pick up our thing. What else? What is in the rest of the lobby? There's something over here? Ooh, magazines. Star Sentinel. Ooh. This is apparently where they cut out letters for the message, which I find interesting. Like, why did they use magazines that were just sitting around the lobby of the area? But maybe that's safer than like using their own magazine and having someone. Oh yeah, there's some more. Having someone find it for them. So I don't know. But yes, that's where they got their letters for the messages. Here's a directory. I don't think I need that right now. Stairs that I'm not allowed to go up. Rick Arlen. Meet Rick Arlen in person. I will do that, but not at this actual meet and greet thing. Meet in person, Rick Arlen of Light of Our Love. Friday, November 20th, lobby. Winner of 5 daytime awards. Best leading actor. Okay, that's just information. But it might be important information because, you know, if someone's wanting to do something public to him or something, that might happen there.
Can I help you?
Yes.
Yes, Maddie Jensen left a visitor's pass for me. It should be listed under Nancy Drew.
Here you are. You'll need to sign for it. You'll need to come to this desk every time you enter so I can log you in.
Alright.
Have a nice day.
Will do. Who is this? WWB founder Mildred W. Strathorn. Alright. On air. Studio door access. Vacuum sealed doors cannot be accessed when on air display is lit, which it is. When card reader shows green, which it does not, arrows, slide card through in the direction of the arrows. Keep at least 3 feet away from the doors when opening or closing. In case of an emergency, door lock override controls are located at main security desk and inside studio doors. So it's red right now, and we don't have anything to slide through it anyway. So I think basically we can't get through these doors right now. Which is fine. We have other things to look at.
I don't care who he is. No one breaks a contract with Bill Pappas. I'll kill him before he runs out of it.
Ooh, that's not good. He's the producer. That kind of sounds like he's talking about Rick, because, you know, not breaking a contract and also death threats. I'll kill him before he runs out on me. So maybe Bill Pappas has reason to, scare him into staying? That doesn't sound like a particularly useful thing to do, but anyway.
It's open.
Alright. Hello, Maddie.
Hey, Nancy. Glad you could make it. We'll be shooting soon, so I only have a couple of minutes to chat.
Alright.
Can you tell me more about Rick?
Where should I start? Well, I've known Rick since I started acting. Well, after I got my big break with the touring production of Romeo and Juliet. We both played the leads. I guess it gave us good practice for the parts of Rory and Serena.
Oddly enough.
So how long have you been a couple?
You mean off-screen or on-screen? You see, Rick and I dated when we were with the touring company for Romeo and Juliet.
I'm sorry. I meant, how long have Serena and Rory been a couple?
Ever since I got on board about a year ago. Rick had been on the show already for 1 or 2 seasons, and the writers decided to make us a couple. You know, Yuri Danner, Rory's twin brother, was pretty upset with that. Do you think it could be him? I'm sorry, Nancy. It's been a running joke around here. You see, Rick's character has an evil twin, Yuri, and everyone's been saying that it's him who's causing all this trouble. But seriously, I have no idea who could be behind this. Oh, look at the time. I've got to get to makeup. Hey, why don't you come down to the set in a few minutes? I'll be shooting a scene with Rick. In the meantime, make yourself at home.
Alright, so basically that is an invitation to look through all her stuff. Yay, another scene from Light of Our Love. This is between Yuri and Serena. Yuri, well, good evening. I never expected you to darken my door. I want to talk to you about Rory. I know... Yuri interrupting. You know what? You know that yellow-bellied, poor excuse of a man doesn't deserve your love, Serena? Is that what you know? I don't know. Of course you don't. But don't worry your pretty little head about Rory. He'll get what he deserves, and I can tell you, my love, it isn't Serena Livingston. What do you mean? I love Rory, and I despise you. You used me to seek revenge on your brother, your own flesh and blood, and now you want to drag me down to your level, but I won't do that. I have more strength than you think. Ah, Serena, always playing the femme fatale. Do you really think... Don't patronize me, Yuri. I'm no longer in your power. I'm free of your evil spell. So that sounds like they are like setting up for Yuri to do something to Rick maybe? I don't know. What's this? This is a note in French. Ma chérie is my dear. Symbol is, haha, symbol of my love. Something as a symbol of my love for you. I don't know. Something a symbol of my love for you. You are something. Sky. Encouragement. Basically, I don't read French. Anyway. Newspapers. Harlan's possible departure leads to ratings questions. I'm definitely going to have to ask Rick about this, because why exactly is he leaving if it's not death threats? WWB down after rumor of LOL cast changes. Will the decline continue? That's not good. So people are going to get upset if Rick leaves? Some fruit, some makeup supplies, some lipstick. And say, oh, more lipstick. You're not looking at anything interesting. Picture of Rick. Ooh, lipstick. Lipstick that has not been used on lips recently. This shows that it's a much harder surface than actually applying lipstick would do to it. So that doesn't sound good. Anything in here? A letter. Maddie Jensen. A word search. But I don't know what words I'm looking for. Brush, nothing interesting. Nothing in the cupboard. Nothing in the sink. Can't turn off the light. How unrealistic. A letter to Maddie. Dear Maddie, I am writing to tell you what a big fan I am of the show. Serena Livingston is my favorite character on Light of Our Love, and I haven't missed a single show since I started watching it last year. Even my mom watches the show, and she hardly watches television. Recently, I read an interesting article about your career in the Manhattan TV Guide. I was wondering what you meant when you said, I used to think that acting was a big competition. In what way was being an actress competitive to you? I'm asking because you've always seemed so sweet on all the TV talk shows that you have been on. It's so hard to imagine you being one of those competitive soap actors who only want to get ahead and be #1 lead all the time. So, fan mail for, I was about to say Serena, Maddie. What's this? Ooh, a medallion. A mask of sweet sincerity, a cloak of loving kindness, meant to sway the heart to trust, and fill the eyes with blindness. And MJ in the middle. That's weird. Why does she have a medallion that says that in her thing? And a ripped up letter. Okay, I'm gonna turn all of these right side up. So the whole letter is, sorry that it has to work out like this, but there is no choice at the moment. You must trust me on this. We both know what needs to be done, and I am taking the steps, however drastic, to see that it is finished as we discussed. I just need your support. When all this blows over and everything calms down, we can be together. So this is Maddie's dressing room, so it sounds like that would be either to her or from her. So maybe it's a thing from her to Rick or Rick to her? I don't know. Why was it ripped up? Why? Who is taking drastic measures? All of that sort of thing. We don't know. So, I'm going to end this here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!